Hello, my stamping friends. My name is Marilyn, and I am coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. And I'd like to welcome you to my Facebook Live. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you've never been here before, I welcome you for a first timer. I do Facebook Live each week on a Thursday night at 7 and share card designs, tips and tricks, and specials, of course, that are happening with Stampin' Up! With all of you. So, like I say, I want to welcome you tonight. And please, as you're coming on, please leave a comment and let me know where you're watching from. And I usually have a question. And of course, with this being July 1st weekend, July 4th, if you're coming from the States, please let me know what kind of plans you have for celebrating this weekend. And I see there's a couple people, so I'm assuming I'm in the right place. If you have found me and you're watching, like I say, welcome, welcome. And I am going to just go through a few things, and then I'm going to switch the camera down. The screenshot that you're seeing now is a picture of a card that I made to give the staff at the hospital where my husband spent quite a few days recently. And I thought it was maybe something that I could show you how to make tonight. So I'm going to remove that and give full shot of me. Here I am. So thank you for joining me. I am happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to do this again and to craft with you. I have a number of classes that I am going to host on Zoom again, and I'll just highlight here for you as we go through our Zoom with Friends class, again starting tomorrow. And I know a number of you have plans for the July long weekend. Can you tell I've been away for a while? So if you're not there, if you've joined that group of people that I send the email to, you will be getting a copy of the recording for the card that we're going to make that Faye is going to show us how to make tomorrow. So welcome everyone there. And I do not give out that Zoom address publicly, but anyone is welcome to join. All you have to do is let me know and I'll include you in the email. And I have 12 months of Christmas card, the second Thursday of the month. Today is the last day to register for the July one. So that will be the next class that I'm preparing kits for. I can send kits anywhere in Canada. So if you'd like to join us for that one, just let me know. And there is a registration form and all that kind of thing. So let me know if you're interested. I also have a monthly card class the third Thursday of the month. So that one will be coming up afterwards. And this class, the Stamp a Stack of Masculine Cards, I had scheduled for May. And of course, you all know what happened there. So I have rescheduled it for July 25th. So hopefully you can join me for that one. So that's enough of that. Let me check the comments as I see people coming on and commenting. Like I say, my question tonight was, what are you doing to celebrate Canada Day or, pardon me, Independence Day if you're from the States? I see, Raj, you're on here. So let us know what's happening in your part of the world. I see Kathy, I see Linda, Ross, Marie. Great to see all of you again. And please, please keep commenting. And if I don't get a chance to read the comments as we go through, I will certainly go back to them. Hello, Sharon. Good to see you. Haven't talked to you in a long time. And if there's questions being asked that I don't catch and can't answer, I will certainly go back. Or if any of you, I know a number of you on here are demonstrators like I am, so if you can answer the questions, please feel free to do so. Okay, before I get to the desktop, just a couple more reminders. I want to show you this one, which is paper DSP paper sale is ending tomorrow. Lots of things happening in the Stampin' Up! World. And also the Join special that has been happening for the whole month. Joining my team or joining Stampin' Up! Is always the best thing. But this particular time, you get an extra $71, I believe it was calculated to be, if you were to join at this time. So just keep that in mind as well. And now you can see I'm still learning this stuff again. I have to go back to where I was before. So, Marie, I'm just relaxing and doing nothing. Yes, I have the feeling that's what we'll be doing as well, Marie. But it is very warm in our part of the country, and we're quite enjoying sitting out on the deck, whether it's the front deck or the back deck or whatever. So, Roz, let me just highlight this so I can show. My son and his family will be coming over for a cookout and swimming. Nice, nice, Roz. Always nice to have family around. Kathy Jean is camping. Yes, another great idea. I have family that I know will be going camping. So like I say, let me know where you're watching from and what your plans are for the long weekend. As I go on to this card, and again, any questions? Um, sorry, just reading more comments. Carmen, spending time with family. Gail, hello. Yes, yes, hello everyone. Great to see you all. And just a reminder that if you're on Facebook, you will be able to see the Facebook people commenting. If you're on YouTube, you can see the YouTube people commenting. But I can see both of them and you can't. So I will try to highlight anything that I'm talking about that by showing it on the screen. And like this one from Roz, we are melting here in Central Florida. Yeah, I would imagine. Um, Same thing here. If we were outside and if we didn't have our air conditioning, we would be melting. So anyway, this is my card. I've called it a pop-up wow card. When I saw it first, of course, as you can imagine, spending the time I did in the hospital, I was checking Pinterest and Facebook lots, and I came across this card and I thought, wow, I need to give this to the staff that have been so helpful to us. So that was the picture that I showed you first. This particular one right here. Let me see if I can bring it up. So I did it just out of white with a thank you. And then when it opened up, it said thanks across here. And this picture is to show the kind of the layout of it. And they were, it was interesting because I dropped it off the day before we were leaving, and they were amazed at the envelope because it's a 6x6 card. So therefore, I had to make it its own envelope. So it was out of designer paper, and of course it looked nice, but to us who make them and who have designer paper, it's just an envelope. But it really wowed them. So I was so I've done this one with the Hello Irresistible paper, and I'm going to do the one tonight, Make It With You, with more of that paper. Now I did put in the description the dimensions of what you would need. Is there anyone on here that is going to be creating with me? If you can let me know just quickly in the comments, I am looking at them. I will try to monitor and try to be slow enough that you can actually create along. If not, I will just go ahead and I would love to have you create something and share it with us afterwards on my page or my VIP page and just share what you make. So you can see I've started again with a 6x12 with glue on the back um, piece of cardstock. So that is what I start with is 6x12. This particular paper, oh, how do cause that? Looks really dark all of a sudden in there. Um, I did not change the lights, so it must have been where I held it up and it glared or whatever. But I will just tell you the number. This paper, 12 by 12 white, is available in the catalog under 159231 on page 126. In case you didn't realize that we do have 12 by 12 paper. We used to have a lot more of it, and I know for the scrapbookers out there, lots of people are asking for it again. So maybe sometime it will come back. So started with the 12 by 12, cut it in half at 6x12, scored it in half, and then I put designer paper, which I had cut out with that die, and designer paper here on the inside. Then I made, on this particular one, I did do 9 of these. I'm doing 8 tonight, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. And I decorated with I stamped on designer paper and cut it out with the dies from Irresistible Blooms. It kind of was my go-to for the time. So in this particular card, because the designer paper does most of the work, I didn't need anything else. I'm going to, I will use it, but I will get rid of this glue that I've got on the back here and use this for my greeting. You could certainly add more. If you can see, I've added some of the loose frosted dots that come with that particular suite. And otherwise, just die cut some of the paper and stamped on designer paper and cut it out with it. So really not a difficult card. And that's what I want to get across to you is that even though it looks like a wow, and and I think it is, it's not difficult. So this one and the one that I had for the hospital, I opened this way and it stands like this. Tonight, I'm going to make it so that it opens this way. And yes, it won't stand up on display nicely because of doing it that way, but I really like the wow effect when you open it and it's like, oh my, there it is. So let me know what you think. I see some comments there, and I will tell you a couple things that I've discovered along the way. This should back up, first of all. First one I saw was by Sam Calcott from the UK. And then there was one by Tina Shaw. And Sam, in hers, said that she found it on a, I think it was a German demonstrator's website, and wasn't in English. So she worked through it and came up with these sizes that we're using. So I really appreciate her sharing that with all of us. So I'm going to get my scoreboard over here. And first of all, I'm going to score this 6 by 12. Um, one of the ones I watched later did score, and I did try it on this one, and I don't know if you will be able to see it, but she scored at 5 7/8 in here and 5 7/8 in this way. So she had kind of a backbone, like a book, to put her. Is there a name for this card? It's on those. It was called a pop-up stadium card. Pop-up stadium wave card is what Sam called it, Betty. So I think, like on the other one, and I think this one, I'm just going to score in the middle. But if you want to add more, you could certainly do that, scoring 5 7/8 that, pardon me, that lady was talking about. Okay, so my paper is 12. I'm going to score it at 6. And then before I move my scoreboard, I do have my pieces cut and scored for the inner, I'm going to call it. But one thing that one of them said, and I'm sorry, I can't remember which one it was, said, easier if you start with your 10, if you can see that, it's 10 wide and it's the 8.5. So if you start before you cut it, and you're going to score at 4, you're going to score at 8 3/4, and at 9.5. Then if you take that and cut your 1-inch strips, you've got your scoring done. And of course, I watched that after I had done all of these pieces that are laying here. So I'm not going to cut that one right now because I have mine cut. But I thought that was a great tip for doing your scoring. Just like when I do a regular card, I would, before I cut it in half, I would score it so that I only have to score it once. So any hints like that, please be sure and share them with us, okay? So I'm going to, first of all, my card base. And yes, you do have to, with a card base being 6 by 6, you will have to make your own envelope. And Linda, I see you on here, so that's certainly not a problem with you because Linda, my good friend and downline, she makes all her own envelopes and uses a variety of papers, and they're always beautiful, beautiful. So my card this time is going to go this way. Then I have my designer paper, which is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and this is the Hello Irresistible 161139. I'm going to use the flowers on the front, and then I'm going to use a fairly plain checkered, I guess you'd call it, on the inside pieces. So I'm just going to glue those. There's going to be a little bit of a border, and that's basically it. All three of those can be attached right away. So just looking at the comments here, this is one from Betty over on YouTube. I like making the odd envelope. I have still have the envelope punch board from that Stampin' Up! Had years ago. And I too don't mind using it to make envelopes. But I know Linda, like I say, I'll show you one here later because I've got a card from her with the homemade envelope. And so I'm just going to, and you could do, like it's your choice for any of this, of course. But I have a fair bit of this paper, and I thought, you know what, I really like how you can cut out the flowers from pieces like this, and you've pretty well got your embellishments for it. So I'm just going to attach those like so, and then I'm going to put this one on this way before I actually forget that I wanted to do it opening that way. So again, like I say, just a bit of a difference from the first one I showed you. Then what I have cut for my, just a second, I'll show you what I've got. I used this, the Irresistible Blooms, with the dies. And then for my greeting that I'm going to put on the front, I went to this new set, the Countryside Corners, and I stamped it and then just cut out the piece like from in here. This is such a versatile set. You could do almost anything with it. And then I'm going to attach my greeting from the Irresistible Blooms. And it's going to go something like that. So I will put dimensionals on the back of here. Might as well do this right now while it's here because knowing me, I would end up losing it all my papers here eventually. So, excuse me. So, and while we're just chit-chatting, and I hope you're chit-chatting back and forth as well, I want to thank each and every one of you for all of your good wishes and prayers and concerns when hubby was in the hospital, because it was quite the roller coaster of events happening, and I needed all that encouragement, and I really appreciate you all being back here. I know that you understand I had no control over what was happening with my Stampin' Up! Life other than to say, sorry, I'll see you later. So there is my front of my card. Thank you, Linda. I really like the greeting with the new die set. It just seemed to, like, I don't want to take away from the flowers, so it really seemed to be a good thing. And Carmen likes the paper. You can still get it, Carmen, in the online exclusive store. Um, I know you can't buy it from me because you're in the US, but you can get it. And if you're looking for a demonstrator where you can get it, let me know, Carmen, and I will find you someone close to you that will work well. So then we need our inside pieces, and that's what these are for. So I put 8 or 9 because on this one I did use 9 just to kind of fill it up more. But when I learned about scoring first and cutting later, our paper's only 8.5, so you can't do 9 for that one. So, and again, I'll just hold it here for a minute. You scored at 4, 8, 8 3/4, and 9.5. Then we're going to make, and I probably should have done a bunch of these earlier, but we're going to fold them. Oh, what the heck is that one? That one's not scored, but that could be my 9th. Just a minute. Nope, that's 8. I guess I was going to show you how it's so I have to bring this back in. But how am I going to fold that if it's not scored? So this is what I did with all of mine. So can you see how much easier it would be if you scored that sheet first? And Marie says, I agree, Marie. Got lots of paper that might work on the card. I think the biggest thing is to figure out what direction you want it to go, and then in case your paper is directional and you want it to be a certain way. So I fold it in half there, then I'm going to fold this one in, this one back, and I'm just keeping the edges lined up, and then it's going to be glued together like that. So we're going to make 8 of those, and I know I can't speed up the camera here, but I'm going to just try and glue as I go so that we don't have to wait for the glue to dry at the end. So let me know, what have you been making when I haven't been here? Let me know. I know I was talking to my downline the other day, and Linda mentioned that she had been washing windows and washing windows and washing windows, and hadn't been doing much card making. But what have the rest of you been doing? Have you had a chance to do card making? Have you had a chance to get some of the new products? And what is your favorite out of those? There are so many great things being shown all over the social media now, I think. And of course, more coming as always. We have those two things ending. I'm sure you've seen things about new online exclusives coming here on the 6th. Um, yeah, well, it never changes. We have lots of things happening, so lots of things for everybody's taste and what they like to do. So maybe Sharon's comment was, "Can Linda come?" I think that would be a great plan. Maybe we should start a window party uh, and help each other like that. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know how much we'd get done, but we'd sure have fun. Um, and Yale has an order that has been sitting in Richmond for a week now. It may be here by next Wednesday. Part of the reason that that happens, Yale, and I don't know if you've been told this, but I've heard over the years that when a new catalog comes out, some of the words are unknown to the customs agents, and therefore they get held up at customs because they're trying to figure out what the heck pretty peacock is. Like, is it a bird? That kind of thing. So um, that may be the what else? Question by Linda. Have you received for June yet? I have not. I'll be honest. Found I've done that a few times. Have the time to work with them, so someone else can answer that. And so I'm sorry. I should pay more attention to this and chatting with you guys. You guys keep chatting. And you could use, oh, I should tell you too, I did find another one of these cards done, and it was really neat, but I only had so much time. They had done these pieces that I'm doing now with clear window sheets, and to put them together, let's see, when I put mine together, I am going to use the liquid glue. When they put theirs together, and you probably could with this too, I guess, they used tear tape just down the side. So it really was clear when they were done. And if I remember correctly, they used um, maybe they are expecting bugs in the box. I don't know. But if you ever watch that border security show, you know that they suspect a lot of things. So, um, like that, Betty. Um, and then Gail has, seems like held up in customs. Yeah, new products and wording. It was something through Stamp that I'd heard that, Gail. It wasn't just a guess. But um, anyway, with that, go back to that clear where the lady was using clear window sheets for this. I think she had butterflies, so they really looked like they were flying when she had the card all put together. So just about there. Bear with me, and I will show you what I did next with it. And I just opened a new bottle of glue last night. I have to show you. I'm going to show you that right now. I needed anniversary cards. So I sat down last night and cut out 16 of these because that's how many I needed for July. And I'm busy working away, and I glued the designer paper on, did my stamping, glued it all on here. Went to put the inside layer in. Then, for some reason, I grabbed the card and tried to stick another piece on this side. So I have glue all over this side. So I'm sitting there thinking, oh, now what do I do? Not only am I short a card, I've wasted this. Um, Give me some ideas. What I thought I could do is put another piece of white on here and here. This card would just have lots of white. So what do you guys think? I Okay, I have my 8 pieces, and I've got them all. This is where the tab is, so they're all going to be facing up that way. And all you do is take them on your grid, whether it's here or grid paper. I'm going to glue half of them. So I'm just going to add glue down this side. And then I'm going to take the next one, make sure I've got them all in the right direction. And because it's on the grid paper, I can just line it up with that line, and it should be pretty much straight. Okay. So, because I laid them all down the same way, so sorry you had to watch me do all that. But, and this one. Okay. So then, again, and you can see how this would really work well with carrot tape as well. But there's no stress on the finished product, and the liquid glue does work pretty well. Oh, DSP on the back window. Thank you. Yeah. Marie, you're funny. I thought I was the only one that made things like that. Yeah. Linda says, put a piece of white on the inside, DSP on the back. Yes, I have lots of that DSP. So, and Betty, put a piece of white on the inside, DSP on the back. Same idea. So thank you, ladies. Good idea. Glad I asked because I was, well, of course it was 10 o'clock last week when I was doing that, and I'm very happy with myself. It was bedtime. So I'm going to work this across here, and when I get all of them done, the other thing that somebody did in one of the videos I watched, yes, I did watch a few, they put an extra little strip to hold their butterflies or I'm trying to think what else people had. What else could you put for the embellishments on the inside? I have these flowers. So I have flowers again for this one. Stars, letters, like I did for the hospital one. Would look really good if you had letters that fit totally. I'm showing the card to my daughter, and she said, "Oh, it ends with thanks." She said, "I was expecting it to say thank you." And I said, "Well, I didn't quite have enough strips for letters for that." So, okay, there are my accordion pieces, for lack of a better thing. Balloons, Brad has. Very good idea. Good idea, ladies. Thank you. So now it will open like that. But to put it in the card, then virtually all you do is line it up so there's even space on either side. And I'm going to put glue on here to hold this piece down. And then try not to get it all over my fingers. And because I did not do that extra little gusset, I think that's a word a sewer's used, right? Linda, I know you're a seamstress. I think that would be called a gusset in there. And then on this side, I'm going to put glue, and I'm just going to close the card. And there you have it, except that I'm going to put that on there for just a bit. Then I'm going to decide. Yep, good. Oh, hearts, yes, another good idea. So I have got these flowers that I cut out of that paper, and I thought I'm not going to be extra fancy. I'm going to do these in different colors. I'm going to alternate them, and then I am going to add some of these loose dots, which I never did put glue dots like. And that will be my card. Yeah, these blocks are great for all kinds of things, aren't they? So now when you open it, this is what you get, hopefully. Okay. So you can add your flowers. The main thing is to make sure they don't go over the top. So you could start here, put one in each one, opposite. And the other thing that somebody had done, and I'm just going to go down the thing, and whoever gets this card, I hope you'll be happy with it, however it is. And yes, it will be my giveaway. I stick around to the end because I did draw for last. Well, the last card I made last week. I did the catalog thing, so it. Um, but what they had done was they actually put another little piece of paper up higher to have different dimensions or different heights of them, I guess. But I'm going to just add the flowers kind of like that. And they're all going to match because they came from that set. You could certainly have the smaller ones, which I didn't cut any of, so not going to be happening. But balloons or candles. And also, one of the ones I watched, instead of this white, they had actually used it would be the the paper, uh, Flirty Flamingo paper, like I had there. So that would add more color as well if you wanted with it. But I am just going to, because I wanted you to get the whole idea of what it was, how it worked, and like I say, you've got lots of suggestions now in the chat there. Thank you so much. And this one I have to make sure it's not going to be over the edge down there. So the other thing that I would probably do at this point, I make sure it's not. So envision the card, you get it in the mail, and you open it up. Ta-da! I'm going to leave it open for a couple minutes because it's drying. You could certainly put down here a greeting again, whether it's stamped right here because the paper's fairly plain, or a die cut one. On this particular one, I used the center again, and I just used heat embossing. You could do something like this one even. So lots of different possibilities. And now we'll see if I can add some of these. Now, again, it's going to add thickness. One of the ladies in those that I mentioned did end up um, doing a belly band to hold it together. I I don't know if well, it's not going to stand that way. It would certainly stand this way, but like I said, oh, what's sticking over here? I got something. But I like the idea that you opened it and it was, ta-da! So let me put a couple of these on. Sharon, I love these ladies. I'd love to receive that card. My birthday is in October, and, and so is mine. Uh, I know when your birthdays are, so I can't remember, Sharon. I thought I had one or two cards already earmarked with your birthday on them. So I am going to add a couple. I'm not going to add these to all of them again because of the thickness that it would add, but just a drop of glue. And use my take your pick tool and add. Probably need three, right? Um, shouldn't have missed two. Should have missed only one. Oh, well. Let's do one up here at the top again. This guy. And I do have, if you want to look around at the end, I have some happy mail. I received so many cards from all of you for good wishes. And I'm not going to show all of them just because of time, but I will be taking a picture and posting them on my social media. So thank you ever so much. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I do, you know what? I'm just going to put two in here. Then I've got five, and they're all kind of in the. And let me see. You can tell that I've used a lot of the pretty peacock ones on something, and I don't have many left. And when I started doing this, I was wishing I had taken Lillian's advice and put them on glue dots, but I didn't. So let's just see. Send me as much you like. Oh, oh, and Gail's birthday. Betty's is in July. Gail's. Gail. Would it work? You put the embellishments on the flowers before attaching them to a card. Definitely, definitely. I think it would. Betty or Gail. Sorry. Um, I don't see why not. I just haven't thought that far ahead. But I think as well, I would probably put another verse here, like a happy birthday, because hooray, it's your day. And then the other thing that I would probably do, because it is quite uneven, do my writing before I put it all together. So that's another idea that you might want to do. And well, because I do have these, I could certainly add, something like that as well, without, or maybe put them up here and do my another verse, or even a piece of white paper down here to write on. That might be the better way to have the greeting. So, okay. So thank you, ladies, for watching. Yeah, thanks, Linda. Glad you liked it, and hopefully you guys will try it, and with some different different designs inside, different paper. They're all going to look different. And again, the envelope, you know about making the envelope, but that was my share for tonight. Okay, let me first of all go to this card that I made the last time I was with you, which was, ah, thanks, Linda and Betty over on YouTube. Breathtaking card. Thank you. And I'm sure that I'll see some that you've made because you always like those kind of challenges. This is one I did with the countryside paper and the dies. If you remember, this was back in the second week of May. And I did the draw for that for everyone from who commented. And Gail, you are the winner. So that one will be coming your way. And I've got a couple of new things tonight. This is a card that we made, a mystery card we did during my team meeting the other night. I don't know if you follow Sharon Armstrong. She had done one and shared it, and hers went this way, but I decided mine would go this way. Just to, I love the blue, so that was kind of neat. This is from Nancy in our monthly card swap, and she has used a die to cut out the different shapes and then put them all together. Love it, Nancy. Thank you. This is one. Pardon me, that we did in the last Zoom with Friends, which was the never ending card, if you remember. And I just happened to have it in my basket, and I thought, okay, except how come? Anyway, you know what it's like. It was a neat design. This is from Linda with her homemade envelope, and her spot for the month. Love it, Linda. The such a soft, serene looking card. Really, really like that. Lori, also for our team swap. This is done with that earthen set, which I don't have, so really appreciate that. And Sharon, I don't have this set either. A Father's Day card that Sharon did for us. Grateful for you all year long. This one is from Lorraine. I'm sorry. Designer paper that we no longer have, but I do remember it. Beautiful colors, Lorraine. Thank you. Sharon? Oh my, Betty. She's made 4 of those never-ending cards. They are really neat if you, especially if you have someone you can show them how to use it. This set is gorgeous, and it is the Timeless Arrangements. This is from Karen Yeomans. Thank you. I don't have that set, but it's certainly going to be on my wish list. Sending hugs. This embossing folder is with the blue set, as I call it, the countryside one. And that one is from Rhonda. And this one, I did this for my swap use this set for my swap this time. And it is done with that Crafting for You. So it has the paper trimmer, the stamp and cut and emboss, the scissors you can do. It's just really a neat. We're going to have to quit talking. And that's from Judy. Thank you. Now, before we go, as always, I have the giveaway tool set up, and I'm happy to tell you. Let me see if I can figure this out again. Remember, what did I have to do? I have to share my screen. Let's see if I can go. Look at that. There are 9 entries, and I will give away 5 cards. And they have changed it so that you can only win once. So let's see if it works. As long as I have got the newest version, which I presume I do. Betty. Thank you, Betty, for being here and for commenting. And I can't find my. So, Sharon. So this is one of the benefits of me being able to see YouTube as well as Facebook is that your name is on here no matter where you're watching and commenting. And I think that's only fair. So there's only going to be four of you who don't win, but maybe next time, right? Kathy and one more, Stacy. Okay, I'll find some cards and be sending those out. So thank you so much for doing that. Let me see what happens when I do this. Look at this. Maybe I did remember some of it. So we'll come back to you. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here and for taking part, commenting. Please come back and share your samples here or in the VIP group, wherever you would like. I love seeing what all of you make. And give me some ideas as to what you'd like to see next. I really appreciate that as well. And don't forget those ending things tomorrow with the DSP sale and the join special, because those really are great deals and you don't want to miss out. So take care, everyone. See you next time.